Welcome to another episode of Raw 10. I'm your host, David Moya, and I am driving to La Jolla currently. La Jolla, California. We're filming a property there in La Jolla. It's a little bit of an overcast day here. Well, not overcast really, there's fog. It's not even a marine layer. I wish I could show you, but then I'd have to cut this video. Anyway, so 3 things that came to mind today is number one is reading. I'm reading this book currently. It's called The Quantum Success, or not even The Quantum. It's Quantum Success. And I don't want to keep looking at the book, so I'm just going to keep driving. I love to read. I think I've mentioned that before. And I think, and I feel, and I believe that reading actually has given me such an escape. Also, it's an investment in myself. I'm learning things I would have not learned otherwise. So for me, reading is by far one of the best things to do as an entrepreneur, as an individual, as a person. What it does is allows you to grow, right? So your mind can take you places when you're reading that you can't go there physically. And so you naturally expand and you grow outwards. You get to know different cultures, you get to understand different ideas and perspectives, and then you can make a conclusion on what you believe or not believe about certain books that you read. I tend to read a lot of it's categorized as self-help, but I don't really consider it a self-help book. I think they're more of a self-discovery, where you discover new things about yourself, new ideas that if they resonate with you, you can actually embrace them and, again, expand. It's all about expanding and evolving and enlightening, right? That's just kind of my motto: expand, enlighten, and evolve. So, reading, it's important. Do it. Find some time. I have, like I mentioned before, I have strategically placed books throughout the house. And in the car. So I have one in the car, one next to my bed, and then one, you can probably guess where, next to the toilet in the bathroom. I'm not ashamed of that. I think that's a great idea. I think it's, I might end up staying in the bathroom a little longer than I would have otherwise, but it's still a great opportunity to just grab the book. And even if you read a sentence or two, it can lift your spirits, it can change your perspective for that day, and totally shift your mindset into a brighter direction. Okay, that's 3 minutes already. Number 2 is there's a part in the book that I really enjoyed, I might dissect that book in another Raw 10, but for this specific idea is the paradoxical intent, the law of paradoxical intent. I think that's the way I think that's correctly said. Essentially, it's saying, like, when you want something so bad, you keep expressing this energy and holding this energy of lack, right? So if I want, let's say, I want a Tesla so bad, and I keep like, oh, I'm going to get it, and I have confidence I'm going to get it. However, it's still, I'm going to get it, so I'm pushing it out further from me. I'm also not embracing the energy of having it. I'm still embracing the energy of pursuing it, the journey, which the journey itself is really what we should focus on. However, this idea really spoke to me because it said you could be happy right now. Like, you basically, you want it so bad, right? You want to want it so bad because then it creates this good energy, this evolving energy, this growing energy, right? And there's nothing wrong with wanting something physically, materialistically, and there's nothing wrong with wanting, more spiritual growth or whatever it be, different aspects or facets of your life. However, for me, it made a lot of sense because I realized that most of my sorrows came from not allowing myself to be happy where I am today. I've always been like a seeker, a someone who aspires for something. But what I realized is while that is good, a lot of the times, almost 100% of the times when I would succeed, it was because I wanted it, but then I maintained an energy of having it. I let go of that need to have something in order to be happy. So it's almost like, and that's why they call it a paradox, because you can want something, but then you let go of it and say, I don't really need it. So there's like this balance, and I'm still figuring it out, because there's a lot of things that I'm still wanting to manifest in my life and to create in my life. So it's just a matter of figuring out, the ebb and flow. It's like, you hit it hard every day, and then you're like, okay, I'm not there yet, but you have to get there first mentally, and you have to get there first energetically, and you get there by gratitude. So like gratitude was a big part of the conclusion of that chapter, which is like, if you want something, aspire for it, but how you basically connect with God, to the source, is express gratitude for having it, and therefore you release it and you let it go. Because once you have something, you have this sense of gratitude. It's like this, right? So like, if you're going on a trip to vacation and you've been waiting to be on vacation, you get there and you really get to experience that moment. So you don't want to miss out on those moments of experiencing the present. And that's what I realized I was doing quite often, is always, okay, this was a great week, but where do we need to go? Like, and I never would give myself the permission to be happy in the current moment. So I'm a big believer in aspiring for greatness and doing great things, and to grow and to want things and all that. That's part of life. That's nature. That's built into us as evolving humans. However, we have to get there first mentally, emotionally, energetically, and we get there by expressing gratitude and saying thank you and giving thanks for where we are today and being happy. Not needing something to be happy, because then what happens is that gets drawn to you. By not needing it, by not saying I don't need it because I'm enough, then you draw that to yourself. I think that's a lot like when you like another person, and you're trying to court them, you're trying to go out with them or whatever, you're trying to do whatever it is that you want to do with that person, and you can't express this, you can't emit this energy of, or you can't give off this energy of, I need you, right? Nobody is attracted to another person who's needy, who's like, I can't, nothing wrong with like love, and I can't live without you. Of course, that there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is this insecure neediness of like lack, right? So if someone looks too desperate, then, well, that's not too attractive. And so you're more likely to repel the person you're after, because you're not exuding this sense of confidence and, sufficient self-sustaining individual, because that's more attractive. Someone who's able to be confident in what they're bringing to the world, to the plate, to the table. That's much more attractive. Okay, we got 9 minutes. Last thing. Ooh, that was so good. So much I want to say about that as well, and I'm still constantly learning. All right, 9 minutes. Here we go. So, last thing is, if you are in any type of business, you need to be creating content. I believe we're all content creators, and we do it whether we know it or not. I'm creating content as we speak. Hopefully, it is something that connects with you and you're able to learn something. But at the end of the day, is we are all content creators. What kind of content are you creating? Is it making the world a better place? Are you enjoying life? Are you doing it to enjoy the process, to enjoy the journey? If so, great. Keep giving that content. Keep pushing it out. And as always, you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.